little bit of a technical difficulty trying to get into the game and everything all at once. But I want to welcome everybody to tonight's show. Tonight's panel is always, changing. A little bit here, a little bit there. Not as much as I'm still waiting for some more outsiders, but we'll get there. So many people promise to show up, but yet they don't. So let's get right back into everything, and let's have some fun tonight. On the panel, we have Chad, which by now is still trying to get me to do a couple 90s I owe him. We got K-Wolf, we got Dark Star, and of course myself, Roy Boyd. Tonight, we're going to introduce some new stuff. We're going to talk about this crazy downtime, and when I say crazy, I can't even tell you how long it was. I wasn't around for all of it because I gave up waiting. I'd actually say it was 2, 3, 4 hours. I don't know. I mean, it was crazy from what I understand. So let's just jump into the updates, which are pretty hilarious. I'm gonna screen share them for everybody as we have an expert, our new expert, let us know about these. So just give me 1 second here. Let me wake the expert up, which I should have already had set up. And let's get him going and wake up. Let's get him waked up, huh? I should have already had this set up. I apologize. But you know how it goes. Welcome, our new toy.
Hello, Commanders. I am Forum Freddy. I am a work in progress and unfortunately I have a few glitches at the moment. Probably got that bug from the Kizai forum. Ha ha ha, just a joke. At least I think it is. Might need to investigate that a bit more. Should have known those blue tits of rubies weren't right. In any case, I have some update news I would like to share with you. So here goes it. Downtime and release notes, November 11th, 2017. Gear Store update. The Gear Store has been updated to include Generation 1 and 2 units, plus brand new Weaver tech. General changes and fixes. Bug fixes. Building placement fix. Players should no longer be able to stack buildings on top of each other and build outside of their base's boundaries. Please note that if you currently had buildings outside of your boundaries or stacked on top of each other, they will now be stashed after this update goes live. Players who did not pay for expanded borders will have the footprint of their base reduced to the correct size. Command centers which are outside the buildable area or overlapping will be placed automatically at the center of the player's base. Range tech will now apply to units in bunkers. Mostly affects liberators and acolytes. The blood from a stone trophy is now fixed and can be placed like other buildings.
Thank you, Freddie. I want to hold up on that. I want to talk about this base stuff that's going on. I find it very interesting. They finally caught on to this expansion stuff, and I'm pretty sure that's what the downtime was and the problems were. But how many on this panel are happy to see them finally start nailing some more of those hackers that we know we've seen the satellite dishes and the turrets outside of their borders, inside the trees?
Too many to count.
I'm definitely glad about it. It's good to see they're leaving them out.
But my question, they said they're going to stash the buildings. And now Chad
They did. The person that little level 22 that's still in our sector, I just checked his base, and they had stashed that radio tower that was in the right-hand corner right behind the trees. It's gone. It's nowhere to be found.
But what I want to know, and I know I'm not going to switch it from anybody, and I mean this, no one's going to give us an answer. Did they bring it back to level 1 so they have to rebuild it? Or did they just put it in there for them to place it back out casually? Personally, I think they should have to rebuild the sucker from level 1.
Agree.
But no hacker's going to step up and say, oh, well, they let me just put it right back out there. So we'll never know the truth on that. But I am glad to see that they are catching on to that finally. So, in a way, they get away with it again a little bit, but they also the hack is closed, which is good. Now let's continue on with more of the last of these notes.
Note: some users that started the tutorial prior to the update may notice that their buildings have been rearranged. This is a known issue. Base expansion actually increases the buildable area by about 8% per level, not 10% per level. They were advertised at 10% per level in the past. This was partially because the first level is quite close to 10%. However, we want to be as transparent as possible. If players complain about the change in the size of a base expansion, we can let them know that those had been incorrectly described before, and we are correcting those values in the game's user interface to better reflect the actual size increase that a player will gain when they expand borders. Next.
Let's talk about that, folks.
I want my money back.
I want my money back. You are a premium game company, Kickside. You cannot false advertise like you did. You told me 10%. Not even the first is actually the 10%. Actually, I think the first one is 10%. After that, it's like 9.2, and then it just goes downhill from there. That's bullshit. I paid for 10%. I want my 10%.
Yep.
I figured we did the math last night, Chad, right? And I was shorted 12% total. Correct?
14%.
Yeah, but they say the actual first one is correct. So I figure I'm shorted 12. So if I'm shorted only 12, then give me the final expansion I need, and then we'll call it even, Kickside. I think that's fair. What do you think, Chad?
I definitely think that's fair.
Considering what I paid for, I didn't get. Now, did I get a Steven ticket? Yes, I did. Have I got a response? Surprise, surprise. No, I haven't. Now, I know Kickstarter didn't have to come out and say it outright. And nobody was really bitching. I still think it's wrong. Just because you want to be transparent doesn't make it right. It's like
if you're going to be transparent, you better be willing to compensate people for it.
Exactly. It's like saying, I'm going to go punch my next door neighbor. I'm being transparent about it. Still wrong.
Okay.
Maybe that's a little too violent for some. Maybe it's like that next door neighbor's hedge clippers right in front of him walking away. They're still taking something and not getting something. Come on, Kickside. Quite a bit. Let's continue on with Mr. Freddy.
Next up, November Gear Store update. Commanders, as conflict spreads across the world, the spoils of war grow for your game. Royal will oppose you with powerful Generation 1 and 2 units and brand new tech in the Gear Store now. You can find a comprehensive list of the Gear Store changes below. Please note that monthly editions are scheduled to be removed on Wednesday, December 6th. This date is subject to change. Last chance items you can purchase with medals. Unit, Roland, Type, Tech. P-15 Shrapnel, price, 300,000 medals. Grounded L Armor, price, 400,000 medals. Roland's H Training, price, 500,000 medals.
Now, for you guys at home, want to talk about something? They gave you a heads up on this because they kept pushing back the update. But you still would have had to get how many thousands of medals? 1.2 million?
That's just per hero unit tech.
Yeah, that's per that's rolling. Then you need another 1.2 for Andrea, whatever you want to call her.
Andrea.
That's 2.4 million medals. Now, yes, some fools grind it out more than that. I'm raising my hand. No, you cannot see me, but I am raising my hand. I was one of the fools that did that. Yes, I glad I got the tech. Don't get me wrong. It's a good thing, but come on, kids. We should not have to grind like that. I mean, that is absolutely utter ridiculous. You want to make the prizes higher. Great. You haven't given a promotion to the metal bases at all. You keep making them harder, but you haven't changed the payout. Now, has anybody else seen a math problem with that?
Yeah, they're supposed to visit it this month.
Well, that's what they said. That's what one thinker said himself. Is they're going
We're
to
already, what, almost 10 days into the month?
correct.
Halfway through?
You know, maybe by Thanksgiving we'll get lucky and they'll address it. Look, I understand Kickside. You just can't give everything and not get anything returned. I mean, it is a game that costs money to make, design, to hire people to do stuff, to run forums. I understand. I acknowledge that. But you're going to find people like me rather not grind on stupid bases. We'd rather see a bigger boss base. You want to put a 120 out that's worth 50,000 medals? I bet you find a lot of us go after that damn thing than over those damn 90s. Chad, what did you try? If you could get 50,000 medals and take a little extra damage, would you do it?
Yeah, I would, like we've discussed before in the past, I would be happy with 25, 30,000 at most per 90.
I mean, they got to do something. They keep, and the 40s, on top of it, you got these lowers that can only do a 40. What are they lucky to get? If you,
1,000.
how much is it new?
1,000.
1,000. So you would need 300,000 of them. Is that what you're telling me? Just to get one of the lower techs, not even the training of the armor. Come on now. Nobody sees a red flag on that. How these lowers ever supposed to? If somebody walked up now and said, "I'm starting to play War Command," you know what I tell them? Walk away. Walk away.
Well, I got a question for you, Roy. How much gold did you spend doing the 90s?
None.
That just blows up their business model.
The
If
reason
you find people that can do 90s without using gold, it totally defeats their business model.
they constantly change them and they constantly make them harder. Now, I'm not saying I get free repair because I don't. Well, I can do 5, 6, 7 of the previous ones. I'm gonna play with this ones, and I was thinking about trying to do one live, but we'll see how this conversation goes tonight. I can do 5, 6, 7 of them of the last one without repairing my Andrea. Now, she's only an hour repair, but I still take a little damage on the jug, depending if it does what I ask, which hardly ever happens. But it really depends on overall everything working right. I could probably do 6, 7 of them. But you still, if you grinded like I did, you spend gold. I spend that gold though. I probably didn't spend that much gold though. I probably would have spent more gold doing a 120. That's a new business model. Some of us want it quicker, faster. We want quicker, faster. Let's take a little more damage. All right, let's continue on to the next. Unless someone else wants to chime in about all this tech. I guess not.
On what tech?
The tech they're pulling out. They're pulling out the Andrea, and they're pulling out the Roland. They probably are already out. I haven't checked.
Yes, it is out.
Yeah, I did look in there. It was gone.
Okay, so but we just discussed how they really need to change the persona of the 90s. But let's go a little farther.
Unit, Ardra, Type, Tech. H. Core Inductor, Price, 400,000 medals. Tide Space Armor, prize, 300,000 medals. Ardra's Hero Training, prize, 500,000 medals. Highlights. Generation 2 unit, War Dog, monthly. Faction, Survivors. Class, Infantry. Prize, 40,000 medals.
Welcome to the party, the War Dog. The War Dog's base is out. Now, I'm going to admit, I took full advantage of those 55s that Kickside glitched. And yes, it was a glitch. Chad, how many of those bases did I point out to everybody?
Oh, good 2 dozen.
At least. They glitched the 55s. They're supposed to be War Dog bases. But they accidentally had them highway going 55. So guess what happened? You just hit the CC and moved on. I swear to God, we were handing those out. I was bookmarking them, handing them to my clan left and right. Hey, here's another one. Here's another one.
Yeah, we actually had something to use the rain blood on.
And you know what? That was actually fun, too. We were like kids in a candy shop. We were all having a good time. Yes, inside, we were taking advantage of it. You know what? I don't see a problem with us having one thing that actually goes our way. Because I know what most things do. The lag, the disconnects, my jug being left in a base with the Herald flying over the top of it, just bombing it while I'm disconnected. Yeah, I like the one time. That was give me a chance. Let's touch on the War Dog. Don't have it. They're fun to play with. I expect to open a lot of bases with them, but they are fun, especially when you see them eat a Legion in the blink of an eye. Now, what else do they eat? Oh, everything?
Everything.
If it doesn't fly, it dies. And I swear to God, if they figured out how to make jumping tech, I'm sure the flames would die too. Yeah, boy, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Kicks, I might try that next. But be aware, the War Dogs are fun to play with. So let's move on.
Time. Weaver Heroic Tech is available in the Gear Store. Puncture Rounds, Season 5. Unit, Weaver. Type, Tech. Price, 300,000 medals. Description, increases damage against buildings and vehicles by 20%. Basic Armor, Season 5. Unit, Weaver. Type, Tech. Price, 400,000 medals. Description, increases movement speed by 20% and reduces damage taken by 15%. Weaver's Training, Season 5. Unit, Weaver. Type, Tech. Price, 500,000 medals. Description, increases movement speed by 30%, adds plus 50 range, and grants immunity to concussion, cryo, and fire status.
Let's talk about this right now. Weaver is a pretty badass lid. I know I like Weaver. He's one hell of a dude. But this tech is the same price as Andrea, Roland, and all the others. And all we've been doing is saying 1.2 million. It's still kind of high. They could have bumped this one down a little bit.
Yeah, I felt that way also.
It's not like he's the go-to unit 24/7. But don't get me wrong. You don't have him. You might want to think about getting him. But he's not the go-to. I mean, if you want
he's a good lead shield. I mean, you know, you can stick him out there and let him pound away while you're trying to accomplish. But still, you know.
Yeah. I want to put this out to each one of you. If you had a choice between Weaver or Andrea, which one would you go grab? Mark, what would you get?
I'd get Audrey because, you know, she's a little bit more purposeful. I could do a few more extra things.
Jack, which one would you go for?
It's a toss-up because the Weaver, you get the shield for 8 seconds, and you can get a free repair on it. It works good in some bases. I think once you get Audra, leveled up to 5, hands down it'll probably be Audra. So with that said, we need another PvP event coming next month.
Well, what about you, Darkstar? What do you think? Which one would you get? Is he still muted?
What was the two choices again?
Uh,
Choices again?
Reaver or Andrea?
Audrey. I mean, I like Audrey because damage.
Meat Shield.
Reaver comes in handy, but she gets the job done.
I'm really more impressed with Andrea myself. She's one hell of a meat shield. She helped me get through a few things this week. Now, where's K-Wolf? K-Wolf, which one would you? I think you're trying to go for a few heroes still. Which one would you prefer if you could get?
Get what again?
If you could choose between Weaver or Andrea, which one would you choose?
I wouldn't know, considering I just got Andrea made. I haven't used her a lot, and the other person I definitely don't have, so bad person to ask.
Okay. Well, I would personally think you picked the right person and saving your medals anyways, but that's just preferences. Let's continue on to our lovely Forum Freddy here and talk about the duds in the gear store. And we're going to love this.
Unit additions. Generation 1 unit, Bonesaw, monthly. Faction, Survivors. Class, Aircraft. Price, 130,000 medals. Generation 1 unit, Disruptor, monthly. Faction, Survivors. Class, Vehicle. Price, 115,000 medals.
Who's going to buy them? Who's going to buy them? Anybody?
Hold on, wait. I was trying to find my jug.
That's ridiculous.
What's that?
Bone saws and disruptors are now put into the gear store. Are you going to buy them?
No.
I don't think there's anybody excited about them. But I will give them credit. What's about to be in the gear store now, and I'm about to let Freddie tell you about. If you don't have them, you need to jump on.
Tech additions. Arc Loader, monthly. Unit, Jericho. Type, Tech. Price, 175,000 medals. Description, increases Jericho's clip size, rate of fire, and grants concussion. Level 1, +1 clip size. Level 2, +2 clip size, plus 20% fire rate. Level 3, +2 clip size, concussion. Rapid fire, monthly. Unit, Jericho. Type, Tech. Price, 100,000 medals. Description, increase the reload speed of the Jericho and nearby allies. Level 1. Reload speed by 500% for 4 seconds. Increases Jericho's reload speed by 500% for 7 seconds. Level 3. Increases the reload speed of Jericho and nearby allies by 500% for 7 seconds. Rare, Rapid Loader, monthly. Unit, Vehicle. Type, Test. Price, 25,000 medals. Description, increases light vehicle rate of fire. 50% fire rate. 55% fire rate. Fire rate. Level 4, plus 65% fire rate. Level 5, plus 70% fire rate. Level 6, plus 80% fire rate.
All right, hold on, Freddie. Hold on here. Everybody see all those Jericho toys in there? And then just a little while ago, they gave us the HH2. Is anybody getting the idea that Jericho might be either becoming very necessary or they're going to phase him out completely?
I think I was considering that earlier myself. I think it's just because most people use Jericho a lot. that they put all that tech in there because to me, it's gonna be phased out just like all the rest of it. You know, all this stuff is gonna be phased out soon because it's not powerful enough. I mean, if you hit it one time, it's done. You know, I mean, it's good they listened to us because everybody was screaming that they wanted tech and they wanted this and they wanted that, and believe me, they got it.
Well, I agree with you. I screamed for it for the lowers. Even though I have it, I know my lower account, I wanted it for it. Still haven't got Jericho for it. I know that's kind of weird, but I mean, the tech is still necessary if you're going to use Jericho. If you have all this, it does make Jericho relevant. If you don't have it, Jericho is definitely not useful. And you're right, though. One shot, he's dead nowadays with all the new toys. But I still find him very useful. Not as much lately, though, I will say.
I mean, I've been getting better lately using it, but I've never been really, all that sneaking up and retreating it. I don't know, something about that. I'm just, it's right there, I'm going to kill it kind of person.
Well, I'm going to ask somebody that I know for a fact was much better with Jericho than I ever was, and that's Chet. Yeah, he like, I run around Jericho and do this, and this base, and I'm like, I just run Jericho and he dies. So, what do you think's going to happen now? Are they getting ready to phase him out? They just trying to pump the last life into him, or is he going to come necessary again?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm definitely going to get the velocity round for him, the rare one, and the loader. But I get a feeling they might change the 60s now.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about. I'm just going to admit this. I just finally got that shit down pat with Jericho. Now I think they're going to start with that. They're going to move the landmarks a quarter of an inch, and I'm going to start hitting that shit. So, let's be honest. I'm kind of concerned that they're trying to get that last dollar out of it. But then again, it's Kickstarter. It is, they got to make money. Let's go on.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Sorry, I did not mean to interrupt. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. Let's let Freddie keep going here and.
Rare, velocity rounds, monthly. Unit, light vehicle. Type, tech. Price, 25,000 medals. Description, increases light vehicle damage. Level 1, increases damage by 30%. Level 2, increases 35%. Level 3, increases damage by 40%. Level 4, increases damage by 45%. Level 5, increases damage by 50%. Increases damage by 60%. Common, impact ordnance, monthly. Vehicle. Type. Tech. Price, 25,000 medals. Description, increases light vehicle damage. Level 1, increases damage by 6%. Level 2, increases damage by 7%. Level 3, increases damage by 8%. Level 4, increases damage by 9%. Increases damage by 10%. Level 6, increases damage by 12%.
Once again, they're pushing the light vehicle tech. This tech does not work on the new stuff. This is what makes me cautious about, are they getting ready to phase them out? And when I say phase them out, push us to where we don't use them. Powers used to be a go-to. I can't tell you the last time I used them. I got a funny feeling all this is going to be phased out.
Plus, another thing they're phasing out, if you watch all what they're giving us, it's electric out.
I disagree with that. Just because we did, how many raids today, guys? Does anybody know how many raids we did? Like 8? 6, 8 raids today. And if you use It's Electric in most of those bases, they are actually become fun, great to pick apart, overall a good time. You don't use it, you take a lot more damage. The It's Electric op I still find very viable.
But that's what's that? PVE though.
Yeah. PvE, I still find it viable. Just, I be honest, I always forget to use the damn thing. I mean, if I could get a chance to use Dina and snipe into a hunter, and it's got It's Electric on, I don't have to worry about that hunter anymore. Especially with the shred tech on a floater. Oh yeah, that's easy then. Easy, slim pit, But I could see your point that a lot of the stuff now they have the insulated platforms where it's not shockable, so It's Electric, does fade away from it. They're using the insulated in the jug bases more. So I can see your point that they're trying to make you use it. Well, it comes right down to they're trying to force damage, yes.
Yeah, and plus the type of vehicles they're putting out. All the vehicles they're putting out are, light and medium vehicles are unshockable.
Well, your Hades don't get shocked. Your technicals don't get shocked. What your Phalanx, they're not shockable.
So
I do, now that you mention it, it does show a trend that it seems like everything's going more to light vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to keep an eye on that. That's another little interesting thing. All right, let's finish up this gear store change with Freddie.
Spike collar, monthly. Unit, War Dog. Type, Tech. Price, 8,000 medals. Description, increases damage to infantry. Level 1, increases damage to infantry by 10%. Level 2, increases damage to infantry by 15%. Level 3, increases damage to infantry by 20%. Dog tags, monthly. Unit, War Dogs. Type, Tech. Price, 8,000 medals. Description, increases movement speed. Level 1, increases movement speed by 15%. Level 2 is movement speed by 20%. Level 3, increases movement speed by 25%. Monthly. Unit, War Dog. Type, Tech. Price, 20,000 medals. Description, increases damage to vehicles. Level 1, increases damage to vehicles by 25%. Level 2, increases damage to vehicles by 30%. Level 3, increases damage to vehicles by 35%. Flat Whistle, monthly. Dog. Price, 20,000 medals. Description, reduces damage from bunkers and infantry. Level 1, reduces damage from bunkers and infantry by 25%. Level 2, reduces damage from bunkers and infantry by 30%. Level 3, reduces damage from bunkers and infantry by 35%. Alpha training, monthly. Unit, War Dog. Type, Tech. Price, 50,000 medals. Description, calls in other low-level dogs. Level 1, calls in 3 other low-level dogs at 10% health. Level 2, calls in 4 other low-level dogs at 20% health. Level 3, calls in 5 other low-level dogs at 30% health. Imprint training, monthly. Unit, War Dog. Type, Tech. Price, 50,000 medals. Description, grants an aura that buffs movement speed of liberators. Level 1, aura that buffs movement speed of liberators by 10%. Level 2, aura that buffs movement speed of liberators by 15%. Level 3, aura that buffs movement speed of liberators by 20%. Personally, I think these items cost way too much medals. They should be more comparable to the amount of medals we get from Onslaught. Next. These items to be removed, so I hope you have them. Ha ha ha. A joke. No really, they are to be removed, but who cares? Fire rocket drones. Fire bombs. Mounted flamethrower. Guess you get the joke now. You should be able to trade in the hordes of useless tech we now have for useful tech. But dreams like that will get me deleted. Well, that's all I have for today, commanders. I wish you good luck and many battles. Now, back to the blue tit gal. Goodbye.
Welcome to Forum Freddy, everybody. I thought it was kind of fun, and I think we'll keep Freddy around for a little while. What do you guys think?
It was pretty cool. Good job on it.
All right, guys, let's dive right into some of the other issues going on here. Okay.
Can I just butt in 1 second, Roy?
Oh yeah, you can absolutely.
I just did one of the 90s, the new design. We got an hour,
all right, guys,
hour and 53 minutes.
Dive. Back. Who did that? Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. All right, say that again.
Like I said, I did one of the new 90 base designs for the medals, and I did an hour and 52 minutes.
Damage?
Yep, that was mostly Audra.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm not gonna lie. I can live with that. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I understand the 90s are not supposed to be free repair. Okay? But if you're going to make a base where it's impossible to get free repair, the payout should be worth the damage. And if you do an hour of somebody getting damage, you can't go back to back. So what happens then? It takes longer, and you might not even get the 1.2 million just for one person's tech. So,
What would they change the 90s to?
no design, same price, new design.
Yeah. You have to look at one. I can't describe it. It's not like anything we've had yet.
Just a second, I'm going to screen share.
Good, I was getting used to the old layouts.
They're actually not too bad. I mean, you got a couple things that come out at you at the beginning. But if you set Audra out in front, it will take care of them and then bring Juggin behind it.
Okay, hold on, guys. I'm going to turn this thing on so we can take a look here. Yeah. All right, let's take a peek at the lovely new base. Everybody get a look.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Now, with this, you'll get one of their nightmares from the back coming out, and you get about 4 special forces coming at you from the right.
Now, I love how they put more anti-missile more anti-missile bastions on the screen. They're slamming the support turrets all over the damn place. Those red ones are fusing. So that means those hunters are hitting 300 times a normal one. Then you got the viral ones, which that means your growler drones are going to come back and bite that growler in the ass. And then you also got the ones that reinforce the turret. Overall, I know this base is meant to bite you in the ass. So, Chad, if you're doing about an hour and 10-minute damage, that's pretty damn good.
That was an hour and 53 minutes.
All right, you got the new plane, the black thing, the black
Blackout?
Yeah.
Use that. That's a.
That's not going to help you.
Yeah, that's an air base, right? This is an air base. Trust me. Because if you look at it, if you look at the front, all the stuff is ground based. Even the turrets with the supports on them are ground based. So if you run the ridge, depends upon the strength of your blackout. First of all.
Well, here's one thing I want to point out. You see that green? That's viral. That means that black gun's going to kill those drones, and those drones are going to come back and bite.
Yeah, but the drones are not supposed to be targetable.
People have tested it. It's the black guns hit them.
Use the blackout in your Titan in the front, and that take care of the whole ridge where let it go right around the ridge or the walls. throw your sandstorm in there if you want to. Then you come in for the back two hunter missiles. You can use your Herald. The Herald level 10 should be able to take out those two without any, tremendous damage, and the base is done.
I see something like you're saying, but I'm not going to totally agree. I'm thinking if you take your jug, or not jug, your Herald, your Blackout, and your Sandstorm down this way, you're still going to have to deal with the Hunter. You're still going to have to deal with the rail. This corner is a lot more deadlier than it looks.
I would go to the right and take out that heavy flak and then throw your bullet.
Yeah, I'm thinking this way with Andrea, the jug, smash this corner, and then you can run this side pretty far at that point. And you got to start dealing with all that anti-air again. Because I mean, this part's is not that super strong. Because I mean, the flat guns I've never been a big fan of, but that's near here or there. If my stuff wasn't all stuck in raid, I'd probably do one, but I'm not coining right now. I'm still not 100%. So I'm gonna probably do one next time they come out, and I'll record it, and we can discuss it on the next show, and we'll even call it Roy Kills His Shit. Everybody loves my shit, so.
Well, that doesn't look too good.
That base is definitely gonna be. It's gonna be a challenge. People will figure it out. City will get that damn thing rocking. You know that he's a master.
Yeah.
He's a master. I could do exactly what he does. I just can't get my results to be exactly the same. I'll tell you that. Now let's talk about a couple new things. Starting this week, we're going to start promoting for next week's show a special thing. We're going to call it the Kill of the Week. Everybody will submit videos of a base they killed during the week. On Wednesday, we will pick out the base, the Kill of the Week, and we will play it live on the show. And then guys, come on and watch your video and talk about it. You're more than welcome. But I definitely want everybody's welcome to do a Kill of the Week entry. Every week we'll pick out a different one. So that's just something fun. I think everybody, also the show's different techniques. So look out for that promotion. Just send it to our page, promote it, put it on our page, and we'll go through them. Now, let's talk about some things that I have seen, and a lot of people have trouble with. Support turns. I've seen people take almost everyone and turn them into support turns, the regular turns into support turns, to make sure every one of their hunters and all their heavies have every type on their support turns. Guys, if you get a really decent fighter, that's not going to work. Somebody that knows how to get around that will take that out. I mean, you got 3 of them connected to a hunter missile. They're going to come into the ground at that spot. You got 3 of them connected to a ground. They're going to come into the air because you don't have a lot of support of avalanche or something else that to be scared of. You got to have a proper mix depending on your base size, depending on what you have in your bunkers, your towers, also depending on what level your stuff is. Now, if you're maxed out on your base, you think that's going to help you? I think you're going to find a lot of people still being frustrated with that. Personally, when I see them maxed out, because I usually pre-scout before I get there, and if I see all 3 connected to a hunter and one little tower, I'll try to get around that. I mean, the tower's pretty easy. You can use your heralds, you can use different stuff to bust a tower, even a maverick. So you guys got to think ahead. Just throwing them all in there and thinking that, they're all maxed, it's going to make my base invincible. No. Still got to design your base right. You still got to have the right stuff to complement the right stuff. You got to have the heralds or the technicals. Now, me and Chad, we did a lot of go-go bars this week, haven't we, Chad?
Mm-hmm.
And we did a lot of sharing to each other. And what we found is that he thinks the technicals work really, really super well. I'm not super convinced, but I will admit they're a force to be reckoned. It also depends on, once again, what's in their base to support them. You can't just think you're going to throw technicals at level 1 in your base, and they're going to do everything you ask. And that's just a fool's errand. Anybody that thinks that really has some issues. So this is, if you don't know or you got support turns and you unlocked them and you're all excited, you don't know exactly what you want to do, get with somebody that will sit there and screen share and show and go through your stuff to make sure you put the right unit, the right stuff in your base. Because I've seen this week, I literally saw a guy that had nothing but napalm in his base. I swear to God, nothing but napalm in his base. And his idea was he was going to throw napalm all in his base and throw nothing but technicals to shoot air. Well, guess what? I still threw my ground in and ran that damn base over because his technicals never shot ground. He was waiting for the Herald, thinking, oh, I got it made. Napalm don't do shit, guys. You got to have the right mix. Anybody else got a comment to this? Chad, you've definitely been hitting this week.
No. Sorry, I don't.
Mark, what do you think?
I'm wondering what is the right combination.
That
Because
all,
I understand what you're saying, and like Armand's my support turrets, and that's the one thing that's very true. That they'll come in with the jug on your hunter missile, regardless of what you got on it, because that's where the hole is going to be. Once they get a hole in your base, you're done. I had a lot of problems with that when I was on the Rid last week, but I didn't change my base. I didn't care, whatever. But that's true. But I'm trying to find the mixture of support stuff to put in my base,
well,
because
to be honest, I'm still very, very satisfied with the Fairlanks mix that I'm running, which is 9 Hades, level 16, with Diamond Tech, all workshopped, level 16 Fairlanks, all workshopped. I'm having really good success with it. I mean, I'm being very fortunate. Now, Chad, he's now running technicals. I don't know what level, and I don't know what workshops, and he's having fairly good luck with it.
I haven't had anybody hit me.
You had that one guy that tried to hit you and paid.
He ran.
Yeah. Well, no, you had that one guy with like level 2 technicals. That was he got like 80%.
Oh crap! I have to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think
was
it was,
trying
I
to
think.
defend my base while I was trying to feed my grandson the bottle.
Yeah, that's what happened. He wasn't even really paying attention. He only got 80%.
Yeah, he got 81% on me,
Yeah. The deal is
but he lost a ton.
the deal is you've got to find the right mix for you. If you're online all the time, light movers, fast movers, very good units to do. If you have a ton of technicals, you've got like 30 or 40 technicals like Chad, maybe you want to go to them. I'm not upgrading them right now, so I'm not going to them. I'm working on trying to get my Omega War Rig out. They're really close. Once again, it also depends on what you have in your bunker. If you have libs in your bunkers, and now they've increased the range because I have tech that increases the range on mine, you've got to have the right mixture. And that's dependent on what you have in your base and what turns you want. Like I'm running all avalanche, 2 hunters, 2 and 2 rails. They got fusion on them. All going to level 5 within like 2 days, I think it is. My mixture works for me, for my style. Ark, if you want to sit after the show, we can always take a look and go through what you got. But guys, get with the people that know you. There's a couple people in my clan they more like the hammer style. When I say hammer, they'd rather not finesse stuff. They'd rather just go in and brute force. Brute force, they're not going to want to do stuff that you've got to keep moving. So they want stuff with big light, big health that can go nose to nose with stuff. So you really, once again, it depends on your style. Me, I like keeping stuff moving. My Phalanx, I love to keep moving and watch things die. I went, what is it, 12 Phalanx against my base, Chad?
I don't remember.
I don't know. We ran some crazy numbers in my base. Maxed out the air. I threw a Herald, a Sandstorm, a Blackout. I threw everything I could at one point. Chad did the same. Stuff seemed to kill it pretty well. Yes, it doesn't come in technical, and it doesn't try to move this way or that way. But this is all stuff we were just trying to see different stuff. Our stuff. You might want to try that. Hell, I threw 4 jugs in it one time, Chad.
Yep.
Killed them all. Didn't kill my base. So, once again, this all depends on your techniques, what you have, what you want to have. So be aware of that. Now, one of the things I really would love to see everybody do, get with your leader at least once a week. I'm sure your leader's got a little spare time, your clan, that can help you, or somebody that you trust that knows is a hitter. If you're a hitter, that means you also see what does work and what doesn't work. Like, the reason I'm not so big on technicals is the couple bases I've hit with technicals in them, they fell fast. No, they weren't maxed out, but maybe that'll make the difference. I don't know. So, once again, work on your base designs, work on your techniques, but get with people. Talk to your clans. That's what clans are for. Now, let's talk about some of the other stuff, like the raids. They have officially changed the raid time, the war effort time. No one was happy with 6. No one's happy with 12. Kickside, that's not it. That wasn't a show of good faith. That's just a show of guys not listening to us. 12 hours doesn't cut it. We have multiple time zones. You need to go at least 24 hours. I mean, even my clan that ran raids all day today, we're not full. I mean, look how many intel bases we still have to hit. 2 raids. You got to hit 10 bases for 2 raids. And then you got to hit 18 damn raid bases. So you're talking 19 bases. 28 bases. 28 bases to get not even as much war effort as we used to. Not as much supplies as we used to, just to have war efforts that only last 12 hours. I disagree with this. You missed the mark. We got guys all the way in England, U.S., California, Florida. I mean, we're all over all over the world, and yet some get war efforts, some don't. Not because we don't activate them. It's just because 12 hours is still not enough. Do 2 tiers like you used to. Do a week-long one. Do a short one. That's fine. You want to go back to 6? That's fine. Give us back the week-long. I call that a fair trade. Anybody want to touch on this?
I don't know about the whole week. I think bump up the ones that we have now to 24 hours. Then give us like 3 days on the old ones that used to be a week.
Okay, I can live with that. I can live with that. You know, how about how about they do? Okay, you give us the 12-hour one, but give us at least the 3-day one as well. I mean, the
I
three,
think 3 days is fair. A 3 day limit would be good.
or you know what would be helpful instead of putting the Intel all in one row. Like, what do they got? If they got it Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you did every other day, where we did,
Yeah.
we don't run out of Intel, that would change it.
Well, they did that because there was nothing to do on Fridays on the map and Saturdays and
Yeah,
Sundays for a while.
but now when you run out of Intel and you run out of war efforts, and it's only Monday. Guess what? You're fucked. You're fucked. You can't do nothing. Sit there. Look at us. We were going Tuesday and Wednesday, going, okay, Thursday, guys, we're going to hit this shit hard. Thursday, we're going to hit this shit hard. We hit it hard, all right. We hit it hard again tomorrow, and probably going to hit it hard again Saturday. But my question is, when it comes Monday and we burn through it, what is that? 1,000 for base, 1,000 for that. You're going to burn through that shit in 12 hours. Chad, how many hours you're going to need to cover Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with no war, and Sunday for 4 days, 12 hours apiece? What is that? 8,000 right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's 8,000. If so, that means if you don't have all 10,000 maxed out, you'll be completely out for sure. And that means everything has to go right. I don't agree with this.
I think a lot of people are running without raids now anyway. I mean, without boosts. I really do.
You're right, because it's too frustrating. A lot of people are frustrated with it. I'm frustrated with it. And but I know how many players of mine are going for the Omega Jug. K-Wolf, prime example. She is busting her ass to get that damn Omega Jug. Giving her that little bit of boost is nice. Makes me feel like I'm contributing even though I'm busy, not even in the game sometimes. That 25% they're giving makes things go a little better for those bases. If Chad jumps out and he's hitting somebody because they're in dicks and wherever, he's got a 25% boost. I feel like at least this way, the team's being a team, but it doesn't work when they run out. We can't cover 24/7. So Kickside, I still think you got a lot of work on this.
Well, Wrong Thinker had a post. Did you see the post?
No, I didn't, but I'm glad. Bring it up. Tell us about it.
I couldn't find it. When he went over the raids, he said, I believe, if I remember correctly, the week-long raids are not going to happen. So that's pretty much a dead issue. They might look into a couple days, maybe a day, 3 days at the most, maybe.
What
a
was
couple different things.
What was so wrong? Boost for 7 days on your attack and 20% on your. What was wrong with that? Did anybody have a hell? And I'm going to be honest. I love that fucking econ. That economy helped big time, especially like when Wrecker needed to do his walls. Oh my god!
I think that's the problem. A lot of farming going on.
Yeah, well, I think
farming, no PvP. It's a PvP game now. That's what they're, the faction units are the way they're going. Which is why, I'm the Jericho Tech. Well, I can wait on all that. Oh, I've been credited gold. About time. But why I was wondering why they putting all this why they're forcing the Jericho when Jericho really can't survive the battle if he goes up against a faction unit.
Yeah.
But that's
And that's one of the other things, matter of fact, bringing that up. I really would like this. This goes a shout out to Kickside. Look, we still have a lot of vital units that are not listed as faction. Dina, what the hell is Pandora, Jericho? Still 3 viable units. We'd love to see in the factions. I don't care which faction. Just put them in a faction. Make I mean, how many people would love to see Dina and Pandora and Jericho in a faction?
That or give us the option to switch faction with them, like we have the option over CC.
You know what? That would be even better. If your unit is not a faction unit, you pick Corpus. Put all your anyone that's not a faction unit automatically goes to your faction. How would that be? That would be kick ass, in my opinion. I mean, I'd jump on that. I don't know about you guys, but I'd jump on that.
well, so far they've missed the mark on the helicopters.
Oh my God, the bone saw. Let's not even bring that dead horse up.
I mean, when it first came out, it was good. It still is against infantry, but
I see a bone saw and I laugh at it. I'm gonna shoot that shit down.
yeah, you can shoot it down quickly now. Now it goes down pretty quick, but the Valiant is not the thing.
The Valiant's too slow. Time it turns around, you can shoot it in the ass and take care of that damn thing.
I mean, the Furies pack a punch, and they take a lot of damage, but you need a little bit more than what they offer now.
The drones they lag too far behind.
Thank you, Chad. You hit the nail on the mark. The Furies, the big thing with them, and all their videos they show you, all the videos Kickside does, the drones are in front of them.
No, same problem that they had with the Titan.
Yeah, the drones fall behind, and then we get screwed. How come our drones don't act like theirs? And another thing, does anybody else notice there's something wrong with the AI on the Legion? The clones doing 360 spins? I did several videos and submitted them, and I keep asking Kickside, do I have Legion clones or Legion dancers? Which one do I have? They kill a unit and they stop and spin. Now, I can't figure it out why, but they do it, especially in the Thor bases. So I'm kind of really wondering what Kickside playing with the AI. This is all stuff we need to be aware of Kickside to fix. But I don't want to end the show on a lot of negatives. I don't. Hush, Chad. I can hear you. I want to end the show on a couple positives. So let's bring up some of the positives that they have hit the mark on, recently especially. Guys, you got to admit, even though the event was lagging and disconnect, the overall of October had a lot to offer between the gear stores, the event stores, between all the heroes, between the medals. Kickside really offered a lot out there. So we asked for them for chances at Shred Tech. We asked all year for this opportunities, and they finally did it, and we were very happy about it. So I'm going to say, on a positive note, yes, Kickside is listening to some things we are saying. Yes, I do feel like we had to scream for some things. But yes, they finally did listen. So kudos to Kickside for listening to overall the whole month of October. I would call it success. They actually did quite a bit for us. They listened to us. Now going into November, get rid of the goddamn zombies.
No, we still got an invasion coming up.
I'm not worried about the invasion. I'm worried about those damn 70s that if some of these lowers didn't get the fire tech, they still can't kill. They can't kill the zombies to get through the damn base. And those spitters, how overpowered are they? Watch Andre and the Jug die within 3 seconds. Boom, boom, boom. What? Yeah,
Craig just hasn't figured out the spots.
I figured them out finally, but it's still bull crap.
You get it figured out.
It's still bull crap. But all right, let's
Roy, I know you can.
let's end this show on our shout outs, holler outs, and such. Let's go to Chad for his shout outs and final thoughts.
Well, I'd give a shout out to the panel. Thanks for having me on as always. Final thoughts. I like the lockdown, as you would call it, on all the hacks. I think they finally got all the major ones. We'll see what the next maintenance brings and this next event. That's it.
Sounds good. Sounds good. K-Wolf, you there to give your final thoughts and shout outs? Probably not. That's what happens when you have a. Oh, I think I saw you, K-Wolf.
Yes, I'm here.
Final thoughts and shout outs, Cheryl.
Well, final thoughts. I still don't like how the drones act on any outcraft. Apparently, they're so far behind of everything.
You need to ground them.
Yeah. Fire them. They drank too much beer.
And what's your
On the positive side,
good positive? I like positive.
I'm always happy, even though how much I yell. I'm always happy. No, I'm kidding. Anyway.
I'm about to say I'm going to call that.
Are you trying to convince us or yourself?
Oh, shit.
Myself.
Yeah, that was a good. She called it out.
I done forgot what I'm going to say. I'm saying sorry and leave it at that.
Sorry, happy. I didn't need that. Don't get
it. Archangel, final thoughts, final shout outs, please.
Shout out to the panel. Just lost my jug. Woo. Just one thing. It's not really a complaint, more of an ask. You know, for the Diamond Tech bases that were mentioned, that we could get Diamond Tech in another fashion without doing the raids. I look forward to seeing those bases soon. Basically, that's it. You know, I think Kickside did a good job this month. I think they really helped the lowers out a lot, you know, with the revisiting the older tech for them, because you know, they can use it for, you know, in bases and stuff. And what happened to the Sandstorm bases? Wasn't today supposed to be Sandstorm base day?
You know what? Wait a minute. You know, I was thinking about that. What was supposed to be today? I'm going to go look for you, brother, right now. I got it keyed up.
Yeah, because we've had Omega Titan, what now?
2 days.
3 days?
Omega Jug for 2 days. Okay, what is today's date? Because I want to make sure I read this right.
It's to 9th.
Okay, the only thing that's in today is downtime and release.
Okay, so no Omega. When are they coming back? I thought it was, but anyway, so since it's not today, I'm all good.
Okay, now tomorrow, guys, let's make this be aware, is going to be the Shadow Ops restart. Zombies go away, please.
Not happening, right?
Now, here's what Chad and I love. It says Corpus tokens, but we all know that does not mean the Corpus tokens. It means whatever Kickside decides to throw out. I swear to God, damn it. We always get them. And then, now what you're looking for the Sandstorm, you said?
Right.
Well, I got something that'll put a bigger smile on your face. On the 12th, the Herald returns again.
Man. I mean, if they go down in difficulty, I mean, I'll smile all over the place.
Difficulty on the Herald? Yeah, one shot, one kill, you're dead, no tunes. Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
The Herald are hard to do.
You guys are hard to make happy. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, it's a consensus thing about through the community. I mean, it takes people really months to get the Omega units, and I guess that's probably why they do the things the way they do. But
yeah,
it takes months to get them because you can't do a large number of bases at once.
No, you can't.
I understand what they're doing, but it doesn't have to be that hard. I mean, if you want a coin, if the base was easy enough, people probably would coin it.
Oh yeah, to get it done and over with. I know a few people would coin this shit quickly just to get it done and over with.
But right now you gotta have strategy, which they're pushing. You gotta have patience, which I have none of.
Let's be honest. No one's going to keep coining their whole friggin' platoon at one after the other. If they get like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes damage, okay, that's maybe they'll coin the whole platoon. Maybe an hour, maybe 2 tops. But if you're killing the whole damn platoon's 4 and 5 hours minimum, no one's going to constantly coin that.
That's right, especially on one base. I mean, that's the thing. It's one base which causes a lot of damage.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's a problem they should look at. I really would appreciate if they would figure out a way, as I said, to bring the diamond check. To
and I don't see the sandstorm anywhere else on the calendar. So people like Wrecker and yourself that
Well, somebody they were giving out the Titan, Omega Titan.
They did. Right after I got it for Wrecker, I helped them get it, and they gave it out for coin.
Yeah, they gave it out for coin, so they're gonna do the same thing with the sandstorm, probably.
Probably.
All
right.
I mean, that's their way to get around the damage, I guess.
I'll tell you
Take
what.
it straight out your pocket.
I used to love how they used to they give you helpful units that would help you get through those bases. They took almost all of them out. Oh, yeah, but we also took turrets out. You took the weak turrets out. You didn't take the badass, the ones that were killing us out. You didn't take them out. No, you took the weak microwave emitter turrets out.
That's what I was thinking about, too, Bi. I'm glad you mentioned that. What if you hooked up some of those turrets to the microwave?
Crap.
You don't think that would be good?
No, because the only thing the microwave emitter had was the range. Never had real hit and power. And now
that sounds so annoying.
I have the sound off for a reason.
Yeah, I always have my sound off.
But I don't see the hit and power getting anywhere near the Avalanche, and the Avalanche has the same range now, so. But let's get to Dark Star, his final thoughts and shout outs, and then I'll go to myself.
Okay, I want to give a shout out to all people in WC, all the people in the clan. It's always been great being part of the team. I want to final thoughts to the Jericho tech. It's time to jump on it while it's there. Jericho is one of the best units that the old ones were, other heroes.
Premier.
And shout out for Kazik. The last 2 events, I really enjoyed them.
All right, guys.
All for me.
The final thoughts, the final shout outs right now. Final thoughts starting Sunday. We're going to do a new show. It's going to be a round table, open forum, let the voice go. Hosted by hopefully by Devious and myself. I Devious take the helm on this one because he voices himself a little more. He's got a little more couth than me. Me, I come with more like a blunt hammer and say the F-bomb a little too much. But I'm hoping Devious will be the host of that. But we'll see. But also starting next week, we're going to have the Devious Moment. where he's going to do a little pre-prepared show because he's not able to be here on Thursdays. So hopefully he'll have that prepared. Just more stuff we're looking forward to doing for you all. More stuff we're looking to share. My shout outs go out to everybody in UK, 45 and 188 and 42, all the WWJSO boys at AAF. Everybody that's been banging away at each other's throats lately, please calm down, take a deep breath. That we don't need to be fighting each other. Let's fight. We got plenty of kickside crap to beat up, and also plenty of enemies. And my final thought. This is true final thought, guys. It's a game. It's not real life. It must be fun. It becomes more of a job or a misery. It's time to walk away. Don't let it get. So on that note, guys, have a good one.
Peace.